It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Texans and the Jags, and it comes your way next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Stroud now to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. 2nd and 10. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. Being chased out left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap to Stroud. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes It's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw. And Daniels has it, left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Here's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. In motion right is Davis. Now Lawrence. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Bo Melton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Throwing now is Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, Don't jump early and give them free yardage.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Play action. Stroud now. Another one caught by Collins. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Back to the ground with Pierce. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go again with Pierce. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 74 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. 36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll try the left side. Singleton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Singleton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
A 39-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 12. Now Stroud. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Stroud. Going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run here with Pierce. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That is caught.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
On 1st down, Singleton looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
They get Cam Robinson, the tackle there. Now Lawrence.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Touchdown! From a yard out, and the Jaguars have taken the lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Texans offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
This one left side caught by Collins.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Stroud will run the option left.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Martinez. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud to throw it. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
This is taken at about the 14. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
He's got space past the 25.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And the Jaguar 1st down.
Up the middle they go. Singleton. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw. This one taken in by Stover.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Now 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Martinez. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Stroud off the play fake.
That's complete. It's Collins.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. The Texans at 4-6 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Here goes Stroud again.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
And Stroud now to throw. That's caught again by Schultz.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud working out of the gun. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The throwing again is Stroud.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. 4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Lawrence will throw as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He gets it to Thomas. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Up the middle they go. Singleton. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 16. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Looking deep here from Mechie.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Will Levis strong in the win as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Justin Fields strong in the win as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence. Quick slant complete to Melton.
Holding offense.
That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Daniels. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's able to find Melton. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Another one caught by Collins.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 14. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Stroud to throw it.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Stroud.
Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Daniels, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
C.J. Stroud ready to lead the Texans on their next drive.
How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. On the move past the 40.
And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Stroud.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Devon Hamilton.
What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half, but now they've got...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Jaguars back with it on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Jaguars.
Now Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 39-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now out comes Houston.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
In motion right, that's Collins.
They'll run on 1st down. Martinez. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. Stroud now. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Martinez. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And Diggs has it.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now a stoppage for an injured player. A lot of people holding their breath on this one right now. That's Stephon Diggs who is shaken up.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
As Stroud now to throw.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Josh Hines Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At the 33-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Going quickly here to Thomas. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Singleton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Finally hauled down for the 1st time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Lawrence will throw. This pass complete to Melton.
Lawrence's pass complete to Melton.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now a give right side. It's Daniels, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
This is 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still first down.
So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5. Now Stroud. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Martinez. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll get this complete to Collins. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 6 coming up. Stroud. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Just the one timeout to work with, but plenty of time on the clock as they come up on 1st down. Stroud to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw is Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 1st down, Martinez. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A 38-yard attempt.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's made 2, he's missed 1, this time for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A final shot now for Lawrence.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Houston, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.